It's the time to get down.
Y'all can buy lunch and introduce me to a cousin. So that's the two most important sports faces. And whoever, the third and most important sports faces, whoever Brett Favre sent those text messages to.
Oh, I got one for you since you went there. Out of those women, the three, who's the finest?
Inez Sainz.
Oh, the new number one, right?
She's bad.
Dang, I should have brought a picture of her.
Lick butter from her fingertips. Yes.
See, so
and on that, Matt Mo, we ought to look at this pic
I know.
from the Do You Believe?
Yeah, I got to do this. Do you believe? That's a picture, right?
I guess so. I don't know.
She says,
it may be a figment of my imagination.
What? You know, she has a quote above you, man. Why don't you read that quote right under Do You Believe? What
you know football? I know football.
Do you believe that?
I believe it.
No,
because she has the push-up, and anyone who knows football knows this is the way to approach it. I told you.
She looks
hut
good.
Hut 1, hut 2.
Right. And you can't tell. Is she a real player? I hesitate to say.
She's probably a Raider fan, judging by the colors.
Yeah, he looks
so
like
that means she must be used to abuse.
Okay. You guys, we are ready for Do You
You know,
Believe?
the Raider fans, they used to abuse. They got one win. They better last. Y'all better get some high. Go back and take that video and put it on loop.
That's cool.
That might be all you get.
That's
for
cool.
a long time.
Well, enjoy this pick. Enjoy it, because that's about the best that the Raiders are going to get right now from their cheerleaders. And I don't know who number 17 is. That's why I think she is a lingerie league football player.
Switch my number.
I know you will. All right, Do You Believe? We get to this section where we just ask questions, and whether we believe it or not, where there's an element of truth, we don't know. But Mario, I'm going to ask you the first one. Do we believe? Do you believe the Oakland Raiders scoring record in defeat of the Broncos was actually against a former UFL replacement player team?
Same thing.
See, here we go.
Same thing as the Denver Broncos. First of all, they don't have a lot of good food up there. You know, it's a lot of altitude, Vic.
Right.
And not a lot of good food.
Okay.
They are getting kind of hip to the microbrews.
So
I'm just telling you, it's just Denver, man.
It's
Denver,
so you're saying UFL players.
Denver is right above going to Buffalo.
So you think they're just as bad as Buffalo right now?
Sort of, right.
Wow.
Almost. They're not quite that bad.
No,
they had a bad day. I like Kyle Orton, but he had a bad day.
But at the beginning of the season, they started off as if they were going to be some. What happened, you think? Coaching?
That might be part of it, Vic.
Quarterback?
That too. No, Kyle Orton is still, and he has a wonderful dealership, I understand.
Here we go. I'm going to the next one.
So I think it can't be Kyle.
All right. Well, let me get to one that
I still think it's the lack of a good restaurant.
You know what?
Have you ever been to Denver?
I've been to Denver, and it was cold.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It's cold, man.
Yeah, it's not up on my list.
It's not.
It's a little slow.
It's just not.
Go Denver.
Best air. One of the. I mean.
Thin though. Really.
Well, what's the difference in smog in L.A. and thin air in Denver? What's the difference?
The pooch rise faster.
Yeah, I knew it. He's getting into gas.
I've been to Denver.
If you had to get
long drive from the airport,
okay,
takes you forever. You can't even see the city. You at the airport, you just driving. When over there, you see the Emerald City, something. That's Seattle, but you see it somewhere down there.
So if you lived, like, say, in the South somewhere, and somebody says, you need to get to better air, come L.A. or Denver.
Well, come to L.A., you won't care about the air once you start looking at the people. You don't want to do something out here. Smoke something, drink something. Come to L.A. You'll hear about people rushing to Denver.
I know, man.
That's why it's a bargain flight.
Hey,
Denver.
Hey, we'll just let you
$5.99.
Let's just let you know that's okay. Well, let me just go ahead because I got to go to the next one, which can carry a subject all by itself. Do you believe that Cincinnati Bengals player Ocho Cinco knows defense and predicting the acquisition of T.O. would lead the way to the Super Bowl with a losing record? Is proving his claim.
I think he's doing the best he can. He's also proved his lack of understanding of the Spanish language. He thinks Ocho Cinco's 85.
But they got T.O.
That's 85.
And Ocho Cinco on the same team. How come they're not going to the Super Bowl, man? Is there a reason why, or is this just early in the season?
I think Marvin Lewis and Mike Singletary, unfortunately, this year, the brother coaches, it may not be a good year for the brothers as coaches. because they might be biting
the dust.
Singletary and Marvin. How much time you want to give him?
Who, Marvin?
Yeah.
Marvin's getting a pass because he
really?
He's getting, no, I'm saying
I'm not giving him how long he been there.
No, I'm saying somebody's giving him a pass.
Oh, I was saying, I love the brothers.
Yeah, but
I'd fire him.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'd fire him. Look at there's a bunch of folks I'd fire right now.
Right.
I'd fire Dallas coach. I'd fire,
The Raiders don't need firing because they stay the same. But they got a 59-point win the other day. So it's a reprieve, temporary.
Bravo.
Okay, all right. Well,
Bravo, Raiders.
Well, here's the thing that's going for it. Most people won't even look at that Carson Palmer is not having the year as a quarterback that he typically has.
Like I said, that's why part of the reason why one day they'll have a running attack.
Right.
I mean, that's the coach, right?
That's
Marvin
true.
Lewis, come on, I'm telling you, and Mike Singletary both.
Yeah.
May not be a good year for the brothers.
And there's gonna be a test.
They
I think
may be going.
Singletary, no matter how much, he has a bye week coming up, and then if they don't come away with a win,
he may not make it out the rest of the year.
I know they already said that. They said it's going to be hard because somewhere
I'd
on the
fire
way,
him.
So they're playing worse than they did last year, right? Because they played much better last year.
Yeah, like I said.
I know. I'm not. Look, I don't advocate. I don't advocate that he's not doing his job. I just think Mario, and then we believe in this. There are certain people who get the best out of folks, and they have different techniques. Maybe his technique he's using is not getting the best out of his folks.
Did they work with the other dates?
All right, I'm going to the next
If they
one.
work with the other dates, don't keep doing it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Do you believe?
Don't tell them they don't sweat much for a fat girl. Sometimes those kind of compliments don't work well.
I know. See, I think he's become one-dimensional.
That's
maybe.
what I used to tell him. I said,
he's
wow.
one-dimensional probably, man.
I said, you like donuts too.
Wrong. Okay.
So you can compliment people. They might not even get the compliment.
Well, let me just say this. One, maybe they put a lot of stock into the quarterback, Alex. They put a lot of stock into him, and he has really been not performing consistently. I knew it. I know that's the shotgun telling you it's time to move on.
That
means
to the next Alex, one. Yeah, that means, you know what, Vic?
What?
I've watched him a lot lately. He dramatically changes in his game.
I know.
From looking really good to looking really bad. I was going is this the same dude? I just saw you do some other stuff the other week that looked good. Now here you come, you just have these moments of just.
Aren't the quarterbacks who we see the quarterbacks that come to fruition? So when we see Brett Favre, he is Brett Favre. Peyton Manning's Peyton Manning. Alex, Aaron, all of them tend to be who they are. Even Cutler. Let me just say this. This is the part where I go there's a lot more into this that they're giving him a pass. I said,
I'm not. He threw 4 interceptions to the same guy. Where is that?
Wait a minute. They've traded him. He's doing the same thing. You're wrong. He's doing the same thing regardless of the jersey he's wearing. So, you're going all through that. So let me say this. I want to see him do well. I want to see him do well. But
send him to Singletary.
You're wrong, man. Come on, man. All right, look. Just say this. Who stands the best chance of being a better quarterback between Alex and Jay Cutler and Kyle Orton?
Urkel. Have you ever seen him lately?
All right.
Have you seen him?
Okay.
I've seen him.
Yeah, I've seen him.
See, okay.
All
now,
right.
sometimes to me, you give up and go with the crazy offense with you just run the Wildcat.
I agree.
With the cats who are the most athletic.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's go to the next. Do you believe that Brett Favre admits sending phone messages to Gene Sturger, but meant to send the messages to his wife?
It's all about faith in football, Vic.
So I don't know what answer that's leaning towards.
I'm answering all the questions in the same way that Brett has. It's all about faith in football.
Okay.
And how's the best way to do that?
I have an analogy for you.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it the irony in this is that Gene looks so much in the same type as his wife?
Because it's all about the faith in football, Vic.
You're not being clear with your message.
That's what they
here.
say. That's all Brett has said. They said Brett has been the most consistent non-responder to questions of any athlete of recent times.
Right.
They've got him to say absolutely
He only admitted
nothing.
Yeah, he only admitted.
Has he admitted? I haven't heard what did he admit.
It came across. It actually was yesterday. He admitted sending the messages, but he didn't give you the context of the messages he's referring to. Did he admit
it to the press, or did he admit it in the testifying? See, I haven't heard him say anything to the press.
Right. I understand.
I've heard that he reportedly admitted it to the commissioner.
Right, and really, what's more important, because they're investigating it, right? So it's going to be official, because the commissioner's not going to have all the media.
It's like his wife said. She's using faith.
You know what?
Faith is helping her.
All right. Are you a Brett
Jesus
Favre?
loves you.
Are you a Brett Favre fan?
He loves you, sir.
Is he? Are you a Brett?
He'll forgive your sins.
You know what?
Suffer the children.
See, if I did this and it was Kobe, he'd be all over it.
I used to be all strung out on drugs. Now I'm all strung out on the Lord.
Okay, I'm going to go to the last Do You Believe? Because he's staying neutral right now. It's pretty good. Smart.
Jesus love you, sir.
I would do the same. All right, here's one that maybe is a more inspirational Do You Believe? Do you believe that Texas Rangers leading MVP candidate Josh Hamilton and coach Ron Washington are 4 games away from writing comeback stories battling drugs to World Series champs?
I told you. I used to be all strung out on drugs. No, I'm just all strung out on the Lord.
This is a good story.
It is, and I'm not. And you know what? Before you start writing, you Christians.
Here we go.
Especially since it's Muslim Day. So
Muslim Day.
I mean that. So now the Christians come out firing at everybody. So
Okay.
It's hard the time they give it Muslims. We guess we can do a few Christian jokes here.
Okay. Well,
much mail as we're getting.
You get the right to say what you want to, but
sort of.
But that the irony of a story like that being written is that they both, from the coach to the MVP candidate, both have something in common.
It shows you how common drugs are and the steroids out there.
Right.
And we understand how common those drugs are. That's why we're legalizing marijuana in California.
Right.
So that you have an alternative.
I got you.
You won't have to drink. You won't have to suffer through those. You can just smoke some Cali Gold.
Here we
and
go.
You can see Huell Hauser in 3D.
How many people in our market know Huell?
They're going to watch Huell Hauser in 3D. He's a wonderful tour of California.
The one that wears those tight short pants.
That's right.
Okay.
They getting looser. He doesn't tuck his shirt in anymore.
He's a big man too, man.
I wouldn't know. The ladies have been speaking about it, though. I hear it's all over Twitter and Facebook.
All right, we're done.
I wouldn't know, though.
We're done. I'm done. My sports is done. I can't cover it all in details. You guys already got the stats. You got the numbers. We're just saying the hot stuff. I think the number one event that caught people off, if you're in football, I think the whole part of the Brett Favre story was the big one because it had underlying stories. And I think the number 2 was...
It was the big one.
It was Brock Lesnar. Man.
He laid a big one talking about those meatloafs in the restroom after eating all them greens. It's the big one, not in the NBA. Hey, boy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all right. Hey, I'm going to watch that UFC Brock Lesnar replay. I'm telling you, man, I got to give it to Kane. Got to give it to him. Much love to him, man. All right, man. You ready to give a break in action, or you just looking for...
I'm trying to see. I was going to show this part 2.
There you go.
Of the other video.
Legal Money. We're trying to show the part 2 of Legal Money. We're going to... Hopefully, it's The Fly Away, one of my faves, man. And, they're going to be coming back. It's a lot more you guys got to hear about as it relates to the story. An interesting story, even during... While they were broadcasting, when they left here. So, hopefully, we get... Legal Money to come back and tell the story.
Because then they're going to bring their sister illegal money.
To the skinny jeans, to the Coogee, and all the difference. These cats never change. They swag. Never change what they
stays the same.
These cats has an anthem for the whole designer world right now. All right? The record that I really want them to get into later, you know what I'm saying, is to Say Yeah. Because that's really the live joint. That's the joint. That's the classic hip-hop.
Which one are we playing now?
That's to Say Live.